penalties, and this is the half the reason that our sport's getting killed, and so are the other codes, is that it's so much easier to sit at home, especially if you're being a serious punter, and with all the access and the quickness and the ease of getting a bet on, it's impossible to compete with it. So, you know, these days if you're going to the races, you're not as serious as you once were. So anyway, the reason I say that is because could see there in the score up, my concern going into that race around the 3 was the point-to-point speed of number 6, and obviously the good driver on it, Chris Alford. You know, he could have just fired out and had the speed to cross them all very quickly, and as it turned out, easily could have, because the 3 didn't come out that quickly at all, and the 2 certainly didn't. But you know, 80 metres before the start, you could see that the 6 was galloping. To take it back a step, you could see that the 6, you know, in doing the replays, had some, you know, I think he's got temperament issues. That's why. Doesn't mention in the form guide, but 2 starts ago, I think the reason Alford pulled out is just because he was pulling too hard. Very un-Alford-like drive that night to pull out of the 800 from the 1-1, being on a horse first up. So I'd say he was just sort of pulling too hard. Next run he hung a lot behind the mobile. Today he just galloped a lot. So basically I'd had a bet on the 800 or something on the 3 as it was, and quickly chimed in with another 1,000, I think, at 250 or 260 or something along those lines. So ended up having 1,800 on it, which was too much realistically. But if it's value, it's value, and the 260 in the score up was value because the 6 was out of play. The 2 was there, but it's hasn't got gate speed anyway. So unless for something weird, the 3 was probably going to find the top, which something weird did happen, and the 1 held it for a while, but eventually took the sit smartly and ran the second, and so the 3 found the front. Actually, as it turned out, or at that time, it wouldn't have bothered me too much if he decided to go behind the leader or in the death, but I did have a small concern on the 2, which I rated a little bit, so was very happy to see him in front and got the job done. But yeah, bottom line is it's a good result, and that's why you know, why the pros stay home basically. And when you go to the track and you go to the bookmakers rings, when they do have bookmakers, there's no one there. That's the reason. So anyway, good result, and we'll be back shortly to preview race 5.